Hello children, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn about Ohm's law and also we'll learn the concept of resistance. So resistance is a part of Ohm's law and Ohm's law which gives a relationship between electric current and potential difference. And I told we learn about the resistance. What is the meaning of resistance? Resistance means to oppose. I would like to give example to make you to understand better. Nowadays, you know that one, it's a corona world. So, when corona flows in our body, so our body has some resistance power to get rid of this corona. So how our body gets resistance? By eating a good and nutritious food, so that our body get immunity and we can fight against the corona. So that opposition what our body is going to get by the immunity power. So that opposition is nothing but resistance power. Even copper wires or any wires, the conductors which have the resistance power. So in the later, after explaining the Ohm's law, I would like to explain you even resistance also. Ohm's law gives the relationship between electric current and electric potential difference. Now let us check by the example when potential difference changes, how the current will change. By using the following setup, we learn about Ohm's law. Okay children? Here you can see a battery, a meter and voltmeter. Instead of cells, we can use battery eliminator. So here we can get different voltage of potential differences by turning this knob. So like 2 volts, 4 volts, 8 volts, 10 and 12 volts. And it is connected to a meter by the red wire. As you know, a meter is used to measure electric current. And from the ammeter, it is connected to, through the red wire, a black box which contains nichrome wire. The ammeter is connected in series with the black box, and also you can see the voltmeter which is used to measure the potential difference across the wires, and it is connected in parallel. Now let us see the circuit diagram. So here you can see nichrome wire is connected with voltmeter by parallel, and voltmeter is represented by V here. And through the nichrome wire, the ammeter is connected in series by the letter you can see here A. And if you notice here, an arrow mark is drawn on the battery. Since our battery is here, a variable voltage supply. Now let us note down the values of the voltage across the wire and current in the. Now let's turn on the battery, that is voltage supplier. Now you can see the knob is at 0 volts. As you observe, voltmeter gives 0 reading and even ammeter shows 0 reading. And these readings will note down in the observation table at voltage at 0 volts and current at 0 amperes. Now we will increase the voltage supply to 2 volts. Then you can observe voltmeter shows 1.2 volts and ammeter shows 30 milliamperes, that is 0.03 amperes. Now let us note down these readings in the table, that is 1.2 volts and 0.03 amperes. Now let us increase to 4 volts. Then you can observe voltmeter shows 3.6 volts and ammeter shows 100 milliamperes. Let us note down these readings in the observation table. Similarly, we'll increase to 6 volts. Then voltmeter shows 6 volts and ammeter shows 180 milliamperes. Let us note down these values in the table of observations. Here you can observe the values against voltage and the current. As the voltage increases, current also increased. Let us plot the graph of potential difference and the current. Potential difference is in the x-axis and current is in the y-axis. As you plot the graph by given points, you can observe you will get a straight line from the origin. By this experiment, we understood that current is directly proportional to potential difference at a constant temperature. This is nothing but Ohm's law. I hope you understood the concept of Ohm's law. Now let us watch the definition of Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that at a constant temperature, current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of the conductor. Let us write the Ohm's law symbolically. That is, V is proportional to I, or V is equal to I into R. Here R is the constant which is replaced by the proportionality symbol. That is, R is nothing but resistance. So V is equal to I into R. So the Ohm's law is given by V is equal to I into R. That is, current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of the conductor. And you can see graphical representation of Ohm's law. Now let's learn about the resistance. Now I already told resistance is nothing but it is a opposition. So how the coronavirus, when it flows in our body has to get some resistance power to oppose the coronavirus. In the same way, when electric current is passing through a conductor, that is wire, so even the wire also has to get some opposition. So that we call it as a resistance. So let us learn about the resistance. Resistance R can be defined as it is the property of a conductor to resist a flow of charge. That means a resistor is having the power to oppose the flow of charge in the conductor. Mathematically, we can write it as a, already you know V is equal to IR. So, then we can send I in the denominator, then we will get R is equal to V by I, that is potential difference by current, and the SI unit of resistance is ohm. By this we understood that as higher the resistance, lower will be the current in the conductor. Then after watching this, you may have the doubt that why the conductor has resistance? Why we have to supply or apply resistance to the conductor? Let us watch this example. You know that copper is a good conductor of electricity, and here is an copper atom. You can see in the outermost shell there is an electron which is called free electron, and this free electron causes the flow of current in the copper wire. Like this, a copper wire contains a large number of free electrons which moves freely, causes the current to pass through it. So, The resistance which opposes these free electrons or copper ions to move slowly. So we conclude that copper is a good conductor of electricity since it is having low resistance. The copper ions move freely without any opposition. Therefore, it's a good conductor of electricity with low resistance. Along with the resistance, we learn about one more concept, that is conductance. What is the meaning of conductance? It is a reciprocal of resistance. So that means conductance is denoted by G, and G is equal to 1 by resistance. So it's a reciprocal of resistance, is known as conductance. Now let's see this question. Which materials are good conductors? Yes, you are right, copper and silver. Now, which materials are bad conductors or insulators? Yes, it's rubber and plastic. Finally, we can conclude that there are three types of conductors. That is a good conductor, and the second one is a resistor, and the third one is a insulator. Conductors, a good conductor, when we can say the good conductor? When it doesn't have any resistance power. All the free electrons will flow very easily. So that type of objects we call it as a good conductors. Then a resistors. Resistors which have is opposition to the flow of current, or to have a resistance to the flow of currents. Such objects we call it as a resistors. And the third one is insulators, which have the strong power of opposition, that is strong resistance power. So like that objects we call it as a insulators. Okay children, you understood the concept of Ohm's law, resistance and conductance, and what are the three types of conductors. I hope you understood well. Now we'll meet you in the next class. If you have any doubt, please write a comment given below. Thank you children.